You're not the boss of me. Hi, it's Jeff, the SP Spaz, back with another Wild Wednesday video. And this is kind of a follow-up in a way to the one I did about, well, I mean, I guess a couple that I've done about letting people enjoy what they enjoy, be repulsed by what they're repulsed by. There's kind of obviously recurring themes in my videos. One of them is, I don't understand the people who try to control other people. I talked about this also in the one about using MBTI letters wrong, and just probably just about all of them. Because if there's one thing that bugs me more than anything else, it's people just being busybodies and trying to control other people's lives, and act like they know better than everybody else. And recently, another example of this that is what inspired me to talk about this. Was another YouTube channel I followed, Mariah Vittoria, and she's got an interesting channel. Very likely another SP, because she's kind of all over the place, but she's tends to like be kind of obsessed with one thing at a time and just be totally hardcore on that, which is again what we do as SP types. And for a while, if you look back at her early videos, which thankfully she left up, she does a lot of like things about how she won a bunch of contests and how did she basically become a professional contest winner, and then she has a bunch of stuff about like cryptocurrency and stuff like that, a bunch of stuff about like tax shelters, and she moved to Puerto Rico for tax and income reasons, and so, and then when her channel really exploded, as far as the subscribers and stuff, was when she decided to go on this extended water fast, and she did a 54-day water fast, which is amazing. And there were a lot of positive benefits to it, but she also has pointed out some things that she considers kind of negative that came out of it. And I love her honesty and openness when it comes to her experiences about everything. And I even like the fact that she stopped doing so much editing of her videos and jump cuts and all that stuff. It's kind of annoying to me. So I'm talking about pet peeves. You people that want to do these videos where you like edit so it sounds like this, and you're always in different positions for seconds in the middle of sentence, all that kind of stuff. Stop that, please. It looks and sounds awful, but and like anybody who's got any kind of aversion to like visual frenetics, I don't even know what to call that. Like you can't watch videos like that. But anyway, she's gotten even more like just kind of raw and honest in some of her more recent stuff. And because of that, she's got a lot more negative feedback after so much positive stuff. When she was doing the 54-day fast, so many people talking about how amazing she was and how, everything was inspirational to them and stuff. When she started talking about some of the negatives, when she was honest about the fact she regained the weight she lost in the fast and talked about what she's doing, every one of her videos gets comments of people telling her, stop doing what you're doing and do this other thing that I just know better that you should do because I say so. And it really amazes me. I guess it shouldn't, because I see this all the time. But I don't understand that mentality where you see somebody tell you. I mean, it's one thing if somebody asks for advice. Somebody says, okay, this thing I'm doing is not working. Can somebody give me suggestions or tips? Or even, it's working, but I'd like it to work better, or what's your experiences? You can help me with this. If somebody says, I'm doing this thing that is going great, and I'm not asking for advice or help with it, the comments still, will be full of people, and not just talking about Mariah's channel, but all kinds of them. Basically, the more feedback someone gets, the more popular someone's channel is, or the more, popular, whatever the presentation is. There's more and more people that, people describe it as hate and stuff. It's not necessarily hate. It's not people that are like, oh, you suck and you're terrible and and they don't, I want violence to happen to you. So I'm not talking about those kind of things, or the people that have just endless political debates or racist stuff or anything like that in the comments. I'm talking about the people that really do watch the video and comment about what's going on, but they're so like got the blinders on to their agenda that it's like this thing you're doing, even though you are saying you're having success with it and everything's going fine, I know that that's not what you should be doing. You should do this other thing. And there was somebody on one of her videos where she was talking about doing this intermittent dry fasting thing, where basically she was limiting her food and liquid intake to a certain number of hours in the day, and limiting her calories in that period, and was talking about how this was working well for her and was a sustainable thing. And this person started commenting, "You need to stop doing dirty dry fast, because if you have anything, then the fast is over." So, and they didn't seem to fully understand what it is she was doing. And then when I tried to explain it to them in a response comment, the person was just like, just held on to that, was not going to budge from this, the explanation, everything. There was always a response. And one thing I've noticed is that sometimes, and some of even their comments on my channel have done this, where when you respond in a way where I think the person might be a little embarrassed that somebody has called them out on their being like that, they sort of deflect, they sort of change the subject, or they kind of move the goalpost, so to speak, and say, well, it's really this other thing that's the problem, or this other thing that I'm focused on, because they don't want to admit, being wrong about this, or say, hey, you know what, you might be right. Maybe I should, not do it. And some people might be thinking, well, Jeff, do you do that if somebody confronts you about? Yes, and I've already proven that. Even though as I'm recording this video at this time, I haven't gotten a whole lot of comments and feedback on my latest videos I've done the last few weeks, but I've gotten some. I've responded to every one that I've seen. So if I missed any, by all means, let me know, because I don't think I did. If I didn't respond to your comment, but I've not only responded to them, but the people that have given me like criticism. I've come out and said, you might be right. Thanks for the feedback. People have criticized the little intro, for it doesn't look good, or and it's funny, doing this Wild Wednesday video, because there's specifically somebody saying that I was complaining too much or being too negative. And again, I said thank you for that, and I meant it. I wasn't being sarcastic, because the purpose of these Wednesday videos is to kind of talk about whatever I want to talk about bluntly, and some of those will be sort of complaining or ranting about stuff. That's the purpose of it. That's not the purpose of the other days of the week, but it doesn't mean that I won't ever say anything that is a complaint or a negative thing, because there are some things that are like that. But overall, I think I'm a positive person for the most part. I try to find the positive in most things and most people, and give people the benefit of the doubt when I can, that they're not trying to be mean-spirited, unless I really believe they are. But I am fully open, including in this video. Anyone who wants to comment to give me criticism, by all means. If it's just you suck and you're stupid, those I'll thank you for also. But obviously that doesn't help anything. In terms of, it doesn't tell me if there's something that I'm doing wrong or something that you have suggestion about. It would be better if it's constructive in some way, some kind of tips or whatever it is. But that's the thing is, I'm willing to accept criticism and suggestions for things. But but that's sort of about things like, this is how I'm doing the channel, or, because that's sort of a feedback loop, again, where I'm kind of seeking people to tell me what do they want to see or hear. And it doesn't mean I'm going to do exactly what people say, because I'm always going to want to put my own spin on it and do my own thing. I'm going to be myself. I'm not going to become someone else because other people want me to. But I'm still accepting feedback, and there may be some things that I would do or say differently to try to appeal to those people. However, if I am talking about like what I'm doing in my life for my health and stuff like that, No, I'm not going to say I would necessarily react hostilely if somebody says, you know, I've heard bad things about like the alternate day fasting that I'm doing now. Here's the following study that says this is not going to work, or it's a bad thing, or I'm even fine with somebody telling me that, but so it's all in the way that they put it. If they're like, here's some information I have, that's one thing. That's informing me of something. Um, but it's another thing to be like, you need to stop doing alternate day fasting because my superior plan says you should be doing A, B, and C. And they don't have, not only don't have anything to back it up, but if I respond to that and say, well, it's working for me for the following reasons, and they just kind of stick to the protocol because it's like their agenda is more important than an actual conversation or discussion. That's what I have a problem with. And in general, that's, not just towards me, it's towards anybody. I brought up Mariah because that's just another place I noticed it. But the general concept, people trying to control other people's lives, other people's relationships, eating habits, all just, what they want to watch on TV or what sports they enjoy or whatever it is. I just do not understand the busybody syndrome and I woke up today, and rather than focus on what I'm going to do today, what I enjoy doing and what I need to work on for myself, I'm just going to tell other people what to do that didn't ask for it. I do not get how anyone's brain goes there. So if you're somebody who does do that, and you have some insight into that, by all means, leave me a comment. Let me know. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like and share this video. Join my Facebook group. Give me the feedback and let me know what's going on. Because if I'm just talking to myself, I can do that. I can have some fun with that. But it's always more fun, to get responses, even if they're negative. But overall, I think it's a positive experience. So anyway, thanks for watching, and join us next time for another exciting video.